I want to test the limits of Valorant. We're limited to about 2 tripwires or 1 killjoy turret, but what if we could have 1,000 tripwires? Or an absurd amount of killjoy turrets? I went through every agent to see what limits I could break, and this is what I found. Starting off with Killjoy's Nanoswarm, I decided to just light up a field with all of these, and my goal was to get my FPS as low as possible. It took me so long to place all of these, but finally I managed to get my FPS down to about 10. And the result was oddly beautiful. I had an armada of these nanoswarms at my control, and my FPS was absolutely gone. Got a couple of screenshots, and the only thing left to do is to light some of them off. The only way I could think of to light these off as fast as possible was binding my scroll wheel to activating them. To my surprise, like, they went off really well. Like, I was expecting my game to crash, but it didn't, and the result was honestly pretty satisfying. That was extremely satisfying, to me at least, but was it worth the massive amount of time to place down every single one of these nanoswarms? Probably not. I then also found that on Killjoy, if you place her turrets and her alarm bot and then you die, it allows you to place another one with the other one staying up. So I decided to cover this roof with turrets. It was just kind of brutal because after every turret placed, I had to fly into the air and literally die from fall damage, and I ended up having this massive pile of Killjoy bodies, and seeing this mass amount of Killjoy bodies made me think of one way I could have a little fun with these bodies. Yeah, that's right. I made a like out of jet bodies. It looks terrible, but it's so much harder than it looks, I swear. But like, if you're enjoying so far, if not, don't sweat it. But back to the turrets, they would all synchronize up. So I put one turret in front to almost be as the coordinator. As you see this just army of turrets. If you go outside of the activation zone, it just makes this loud ass sound, and going back inside makes a similar sound. I really wish I had someone else to record with me at this time, because I would just want to see all these turrets fire at once, but I don't think I could find someone that would sit there for that long just for like a 5-second clip. I also found that Yoru could place his walkie thingies as almost like a deployable that you could activate. This just causes so much lag, and it got close to breaking the game for me. I almost got disconnected because the servers just shut down on my end, but then later they would come back. But it did lead into just an armada of footsteps that you could hear. This would be just so terrifying to hear if you're just sitting on B site and you just hear 1,000 footsteps heading your way. In my Cypher video, I showed a room that I covered in tripwires, but of course, I had to one-up myself here for this video, and I covered this entire hallway in tripwires. I got my FPS also down to like 15, and this took me so long to do. This was just mind-numbingly boring, because I was just hovering this wall, and the end result looked pretty good. It was like some striations and cross-hatching or whatever, but it looked really nice. If I wanted to, I could make another video on this, but next time drag someone along, so let me know if you'd want to see that, because I really want to see someone jump through all of these tripwires. I just love the patterns of the tripwires as well, and they line up so well, and for some reason the middle is almost transparent. But as well as the tripwires, you could also place these cages down as much as you want. So I did a very similar thing as I did with Killjoy, and I just covered the floor in them. It's just extremely interesting and satisfying to see 1,000 of these cages just on the ground. I wish that I could almost see it without the black text, but it just adds another feel to it, and it's just so strange to see. Activating them wasn't as satisfying as I would want it to be, because you can only activate so many at once, but it was still like relatively interesting. One hidden thing I found is that Cypher is actually racist. Take a listen for yourself, but I think Cypher's gonna need to get canceled. Astra was also one that I wasn't expecting to see. She has no cap to the amount of, I don't know what these are, cosmic runes that she can place. I don't play Astra, I don't know. But like, due to their look, they cause my game to lag so much, more than anything else. And they were honestly the quickest to place down. Activating them, sadly, wasn't as satisfying as many of the others, and it didn't cause like any lag, which is honestly so surprising to me. It's just crazy to see see this mass amount of Astra things. I don't know. I really did go through all the characters to find like which ones could be broken, and I tried like Brimstone with the smokes, but it didn't work as much as the previous ones that I showed. But I think I found a decent amount of them. I hope you enjoyed. I'll probably be making a strat video next, so watch out for that.